Hey everyone, Mr. Say here. This is a guide for Nurburgring GP with the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo Gr, and let's get this started by mentioning that I have the brake balance at -4 for the time trial since tire wear is not an issue, but in the race I moved the brake balance to -2 so I don't troop the front tires, even though tire wear is also not an issue in the race. And I'll put a link to the livery in the description below since I got this livery from the discovery feature. But anyways, go ahead and bring yourself towards the left because your first braking point is just as the tarmac on the left end. So brake as much as you can in a straight line. Ease off of the brakes as you turn in and try to nail down the apex as there's a little dip that helps the car rotate a bit more. Ease off of the throttle for this turn. Use a tiny bit of braking if you come into that turn too hot. Then brake before the green area on the right end. So brake hard for a short moment. Then ease off of the brakes as you turn in and stay all the way to the left side of the track, because just as this curb ends, that's when you want to fully accelerate and try to take this right turn flat out, taking advantage of the curves, and you can even go a bit past the white lines and still not get an off-track penalty. Then just as you reach this corner, that's where you want to do a quick burst of braking. Stay on the left side of the track because you want to brake before the curb on the left ends. Quick burst of braking once again, get the car pointing towards the next section of the track and then fully accelerate. Then bring yourself towards the left, and your braking point for this turn will depend whether you're in time trial or in the race. In the race, brake when the curb starts. In time trial, brake when the grass starts. You'll go a bit wide, but then you can bring yourself back in for a late apex and get a pretty fast exit out of the hairpin. Then the S's can easily be taken flat out. Take advantage of the curves to help a bit with the turn in. Bring yourself towards the right, and you want to brake before you reach the 100-meter board. So brake right around here, brake hard for a short moment, nice and easy off of the brakes as you turn in. Bring yourself towards the left as soon as you can. Before you reach the dry patch of grass that is on the left, just use a little bit of braking. You're just trying to fine-tune the car's direction and slowly get on the throttle. Try not to touch the gravel, as that will cost you a bit of time. Then bring yourself towards the right side of the track, and for the chicane, you can brake before you reach the 100-meter board. So brake as much as you can in a straight line, ease off of the brakes as you turn in, and feather in the throttle so you can try to start to get a bit of speed into the car. Just be really careful to here, stay on the red and white curbs. Bring yourself towards the left, and your final braking point is just as the dry patch of grass on the left starts. Go in for a late apex so you can get a faster exit, and that's pretty much it for the lap guide. So we'll finish up this lap and then take a look at the strategies. Alright, so this was actually a pretty quiet night when I did this race, but anyways, we're doing 9 laps at Nurburgring GP with the Group 4 cars. Fuel is a ×2, so fuel is pretty much not an issue at all. Tire wear is a ×3, and we're only on the racing hard tires, so tire wear is also not an issue. Even in the cars that are not good in tires, so the all-wheel drive and the front-wheel drive cars, tire wear, not really an issue. Just don't get too careless and you should be fine. And that's kind of it. Just no real strategy for this race. Really easy zero stop race. Just don't get too careless with the tires and you'll be fine. On the first lap, just be a little more careful because you're going to have really cold racing hard tires, so you pretty much have no grip. So just be a little careful about how you navigate through the first lap, especially the first braking point, as there's pretty much going to be chaos happening in the first turn. So hopefully you can survive Punt City, but after that, yeah, just zero stop, go fast, have fun, and that's kind of it. I mean, I even had the brake balance in the Lancer Evo at -2, and Typically in an all-wheel drive car like the Lancer Evo or in the Subaru WRX, the front tires get chewed up, but because the tire is so low, it's not an issue at all. So you can be pretty flexible with the brake balance, pretty much to suit what makes you feel more comfortable driving in the car that you're in. And taking a look at the tires at the end of lap 5, brake balance still -2 and the tires are still in really good shape. You can possibly even set your fastest lap time late into the race because you'll use up a bit of fuel, and as long as you're not too careless with the tires, then your tires will be in really good shape throughout the entire race. And in terms of go-to cars, handling cars, especially the Lancer Evo Gr 4 and the Subaru WRX Gr 4, they're going to be the best cars, especially because they're more focused on handling and they also handle the final chicane really well. So let's go ahead and take a look at places to overtake and the penalty serving zone. The main straight, one of the best places to go for a move, especially with the help of slipstream. That can help you out in getting a slingshot and potentially setting yourself up for an overtake. After that, it's going to be very situational through here. If you do battle it out through these next couple of corners, you do risk losing a lot of time. So pick your battles so you don't lose too much time, because if you lose too much time, then it's going to be even harder to catch up to those further ahead. It is possible to go for a move right here, but once again, very situational. And also, the first and only penalty serving zone is coming up down this smaller back straight. You can actually see the penalty serving zone right here. This is also a really good place to get an overtake done. Try to go for the inside line. Try not to overshoot this hairpin, because if you try to take the line like how I did in time trial, then people are just going to dive on you. So try to hug the inside line so it ends up being really hard for those behind you to make a move on you. This turn, it's possible to go for a move, but once again, very situational. It's going to depend on your situation, and you just, once again, just pick your battles so you don't lose too much time through any unnecessary battles. Last best place to go for a move is on this back straight leading up to the final chicane. You want to try to get the inside line and try to get past the car that you're trying to pass before you have to go through the chicane, because going too wide through it is not the greatest idea. And it is possible to go for a move through the final turn, especially if the car ahead got a really bad exit out of the final chicane. It's possible to go for a move there. But anyways, this is going to be your average daily race C, around 18 minutes and 50 seconds, so 19-minute race. And yeah, that's kind of it. Zero stop. Don't worry about the fuel nor tires. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you for 14,000 subscribers. That's really awesome to see, the awesome support. Thank you to Playseat for the support as well. And that's all from me. So this is Mr. MCA. Wishing you a good race, and I'll see you in the next video.